Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to European Truck Simulator 2, and welcome back to Stuttgart, Germany. You may be saying to yourself right now, ill will, that is not a Scania Longline. No, it most definitely is not. It's a Renault T, which we now have in base game. Today's October 1st for me. This was released on September 26th, and it's free. It's not a DLC or anything. When you boot up Steam, it will automatically download it. We've got a Renault T now. Very cool. All we had was the, well, no, there were two. There were two Renault, but one of them was the Magnum. Ooh, arguably the ugliest truck ever made. Although, I have to say, I found it sort of appealing. You know, I don't think it was the worst thing ever, but it is, ooh, it's not easy on the eyes. This is a little easier on the eyes. It's a better looking truck, I think. It's also pink. SCS released for both ETS and ATS. SCS released for breast cancer awareness pink livery packs for October, and 100% of the proceeds from those DLC will go to breast cancer research, which is awesome. Companies do, you know, we'll give 30%, 40%. SCS is 100%. Good on you. And then there are also World of Trucks contracts, and if you deliver 12 of them for breast cancer research, you personally will get a little boxing glove dangle for your rearview mirror. And if you are part of the group, if we all deliver 100,000, if you're part of that, then you will get pink fuzzy dice. Also, I say rearview mirror. I mean, there's no rearview mirror in a big truck, but you know what I mean. It's your little dangle up there. So we just picked up salt and spices, and we are taking it from Stuttgart to Orleans, or Orleans, if you want to be proper about it. Proper. So brake is off. We're going to put her in gear here and get rolling. We may be able to do this in one episode. We may not. It's 700 some kilometers, which we could do if we were really pushing it. We might be able to do that in one episode, but I don't think we're going to get out on the freeway and really be rolling. I think we're going to be going through some twisties, and that slows us down. So we'll see how it goes. It's like 1 in the afternoon right now, 1300. And I don't think we need to sleep, but we will probably be driving when it gets dark. So depending on how dark it gets, I mean, it's nighttime, it's going to get completely dark. You know what I mean. Depending on how dark it looks, if we need to sleep or if we sort of remotely need to sleep, you know what I mean? If we're getting close, then I'll go ahead and pull it over. We'll sleep and start again tomorrow morning, and we'll just play it by ear and see. We may just drive straight through. I don't know. We'll see. So what is going on? I owed you a Euro Truck video. I did not post one for you on Monday. Man, it's really been, I've been having a time with gaming. It's not, I don't know, something's going on. But I also got a tip from somebody that said if it's a gaming channel, talk about gaming. Don't talk about you gaming. Don't talk about, you know, your personal whatever. That's too personal. It's not personal like it's private. It's personal like people don't care, man. Talk about gaming. Don't talk about you. So I'm not going to get into all of that, but I can tell you I know that something's not quite right with me in gaming. So I'll sort that out. But in the meantime, every now and then we may miss a video. And for that, I do apologize because the channel is growing. I notice it growing. I'm super, super happy about it. And at this critical moment, I don't want to do anything to like jeopardize things. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep doing what I've been doing because it seems like it's been working, but at the same time, you know, you gotta know your limitations. So that's all of that. What is going on in gaming? The biggest thing that I've seen recently, and it's not our kind of game, it's more of a, well, let's talk about that because I don't even know what kind of game it is. And I'm talking about Ghost Recon Breakpoint. So the Ghost Recon franchise, which I guess sort of evolved out of Rainbow Six way back in the day. And I can remember playing Rainbow Six a long time ago. Like, seriously, a long time ago. And it was extremely tactical. And it was, you picked your kit, you picked your gear before the mission started. And the missions were, well, it was a different era in gaming. But the missions were 15 minutes, 20 minutes. A long mission would be half an hour. You know, none of this hour to hour and a half stuff like you have today. It's crazy. But that was Rainbow Six, which then evolved into Rainbow Six was counterterrorism. It was more urban, And then Rainbow Six was more jungle warfare, although they did... Ghost Recon did get into... Did I say that backwards? I think I might have. Rainbow Six was urban. Ghost Recon was more jungle, although they did sometimes get into city environments. And that was all the way up through... Oh, Modern Warfare? No, Modern Warfare was something else. Future Soldier, that's it. Future Soldier was when it started to get I don't know, a little bit weird, but it was still primarily a tactical game. And we had Ghost Recon Wildlands, and they brought in that loot element and sort of leveling up. Although they didn't really have gear score, they didn't have that kind of leveling up, but you could get better and better weapons. And they did it in a way that it was sort of, if you didn't know what you were looking for, you might not even notice it. Because in classic RPG, in a loot-based game, as you travel around the environment, you find things that make you a better, stronger character, which then allows you to go to higher threat areas. And in those higher threat areas is better and better loot, right? That you use to make yourself stronger so you can go to better areas, and you see where this is headed. So that's typical RPG, and I believe they are designed to be addictive. I believe they are designed to keep you playing, because there never really seems to be, in RPG games, there never really seems to be a pause. There never seems to be a moment where you get better gear and then you use it for something. All you ever use the better gear for is going to places where you can get better gear, right? It's that loop. Ooh, carefully. Trailer stability is turned way down. Let's be careful here. So I'm okay with that, because I like race sims. And what do you do in a race sim? You literally like drive around and around. You drive around the same track, sometimes for a couple hours, right? And I'm a road course guy, F1 and sports cars and rally, right? But there are people that are very much into NASCAR sim. They're just driving in a circle. I understand that driving on an oval track, on a circle track, driving NASCAR it's a lot more challenging than just driving in a circle. So when I say that, I'm not disparaging NASCAR race sims. I'm, if anything, disparaging people that say racing is boring. All video games are boring to people that aren't into them, right? So when I say RPG games are kind of stupid and kind of addictive, as I'm saying that, I love them. I just got done playing Division 2 on the Uplay Plus free trial, which I had said I wasn't going to do, but I ended up doing it anyway. And the timing was perfect, because when my subscription ran out, my trial month, I had already leveled my character up to 500 and was already getting into the loot grind. So I guess I'm coming at it from both sides. I do like RPG games, and at the same time, I understand how stupid they are. So that's where we're at with RPG in 2019. But it's sort of where we've always been. So Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon were not RPG games. They were tactical games. Ghost Recon Wildlands sort of dipped a toe into RPG because you were looking for better and better weapons. But you didn't have a gear score, and you sort of didn't have to level up. But you did, because there were higher threat areas, right? They call it RPG Light. I think that's a good name for it. Now, Ghost Recon Breakpoint was just released, and there is an actual gear score, right? There, like, you have a rank, you have a level, and it is controversial. Now, it's an Ubisoft game. It's a little following a little close right there. What is that? A Honda? Fiat? I can't even tell. Get him! Get him! No, that cop doesn't care. So it is an Ubisoft game, and Ubisoft has been making the Tom Clancy games for, what, 20 plus years? But at the same time, they were exempt from the Ubisoft methodology, which is primarily RPG, right? Loot-based, loot boxes, monetization, all that stuff. That's how Ubisoft gets down. Carefully. But they had sort of spared those franchises. Now, as far as I know, Rainbow Six to this day is not loot-based at all. It is as it always has been. You pick your gear, and then you go and do your mission. But I don't play enough of it to know for sure. I think there are some DLC packs you can get. I mean, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, from what I've seen, you can straight up just buy weapons instead of grinding for them. They call it like a time saver pack or something. Really? Time saver. Okay. Looks a lot to me like you're selling things that people that don't have the money to buy them can grind for. Okay. You know, hey, it's your company. You run it the way you want. But I can tell you that just from that angle, the game is controversial. It hasn't even been released yet. It's going to be released in a few days. And then on top of that, looks like there's some serious problems with the game. The AI looks like it needs some major tuning, and there's a lot of bugs and glitches. And Ubisoft is, I have to say, a better company than that. I expect more from them. So the bugs will get fixed with a patch, either a day one patch or whatever. That'll get sorted out. But the concept of the game, the fact that you would have Ghost Recon as a full-blown looter-shooter, that's next level, man. That's really, really, that's strange to me. That's a jump. So we'll see how it all turns out. And I would like to say the game looks great, and people will just have to get used to it, you know, this new approach to Ghost Recon. But I don't know if they will. I think perhaps they're pursuing a new market, because the Ghost Recon crowd is already sort of, I wouldn't say up in arms, but they are already coming at this like, you know, what are we to do with this? This is not how we play, sir. Oh. This is not how we play Ghost Recon. In Ghost Recon Wildlands had a bit of that controversy, but there was still enough of the, you know, gear up and go run your mission sort of approach that everything was okay. But now it seems like they really have gone, you know, full-blown RPG. They're calling it RPG Light, or I've heard people call it RPG Light, but I don't know. I'm not necessarily seeing that. It looks pretty full-blown RPG to me. So that is the biggest thing that I saw the past couple days. Other than that, it's just our usual suspects. And some of these new areas really look so different compared to the original areas of the map. Everything is so much more flowing. You can still see a little bit of segmenting, I call it. And it's when you build a curve out of radius that is different. Like if you look down there, you can barely see it, but if you look down there to the left at the fog stripe, and you may be able to see it up here. Yeah, if you look to the right at the fog stripe, you can see it's built of segments of radius. But it's barely noticeable. If you look at some of the older areas of the map as you drive through them, it almost looks like every curve is built out of straight lines, and it's really noticeable. Can't be unseen, but it is, it's improving. And man, this whole game is really just coming along. I feel like SCS has found another gear. I really do. Like they're just, it seems like everything they've done for the past 18 months, for me anyway, has just really, really worked. And you contrast that with, you know, other developers that seem to be missing. I'm not talking about Ubisoft right now. That AAA games, I mean, that's Ubisoft and Rockstar and Blizzard and Massive and some of these other companies. To me, that's a whole different category than what we do with sim gaming. I mean, a company like SCS in comparison to Ubisoft makes SCS look like a little upstart, independent, you know, scrappy underdog team. But they're doing a great job, I think. And in some ways, the little companies, maybe they're trying harder. You know, I feel like they're almost doing better than some of the bigger companies. We've had some really epic fails this year from big names, and they've just dropped the ball. And even Division 2, which came out several months ago, came out in March. Yeah, I guess that's 6 months or so. Came out in March, and I did not get it. I wanted to, and I'm really glad that I didn't. I would have bought, you know, the day one season pass, gold, platinum, whatever, 120 bucks, 120 US. Then they sell other stuff for the game. They sell other stuff in the game, and you know, a couple weeks of it, I would say I've almost had my fill. And I think part of that is because I have sim gaming. I think if I didn't have sim gaming, Division 2 might be a lot more appealing to me just because it's new, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of these games, the approach of the developer now is buy our game, play the shit out of it, and then buy our next game. Whereas the Sims that we play, the approach seems to be buy our game, continue playing it. Don't binge it and then put it away. Continue playing it and buy a little DLC now and then. You know, spend 12 or 15 bucks, and when you're doing 3 DLC per year at, I don't know, 15 bucks, we'll call that another 50 a year with a tuning pack thrown in. I'm talking about SCS now. Let's say 50 a year this game will cost you. Well, you can easily spend twice that on a single title that you've played out in 30 hours of game time. I don't know how long your sessions are. Maybe that's a couple months, maybe it's a couple weeks, you know, but that game's played out, it's done. And you just buy the next one, you know. So I think all of these models are designed to, I wouldn't say fleece you, you know, but they are designed to get your money. It's just, do you get it, you know, $100 at a time, $150 at a time, or do you get it $12 at a time? So I do have sim gaming to fall back on, and if I didn't, I guess I would get my gaming fix via things like Division 2, which was, I have to say, fun, and it was different, and it looks great. The AI is just absolutely next level. The way that they use cover and the flanking will make you crazy. And it's somewhat off topic. It's amazing to play with AI that is almost human and therefore frustrating, because it's like, man, leave me alone. Stop trying to get behind me and shoot me. What are you doing? You need to behave like video game AI and stay over there and just pop your head up now and then so I can shoot you. Don't try to shoot me. So it's, you know, we want our AI to be better. We want it to be more challenging, and then when it is, it's like, oh God, this is really, you know, you're giving me a workout here. So it is fantastic AI, and it's a good-looking game, and it's a fun game, but really it's just more of the same. It's a better-looking version of Division 1. The AI is better. The guns are slightly different, but it's exactly the same thing. And, you know, maybe some gamers want that. Alfred Hitchcock famously said that having a style, you're just plagiarizing yourself. Okay. All right, that's valid. And so when a company like Ubisoft makes games that are so similar to one another, on the one hand, it's like, you know, can't you think of anything new or different? And then on the other hand, it's like, our fans don't necessarily want anything new or different. Our fans perhaps just want a slight variation on what we've had before. So something like Assassin's Creed, there's what, 17 of those? 40? I don't know. There's a lot of them. And they're evolving, and they're improving, and they're adding things every iteration, but it's essentially the same game you've been playing since, what, 2003, I think? It's the same concept, right? And again, when I say that, I'm not bashing anybody. I mean, I'm still driving the same truck I've been driving for several years now. Not the same model, obviously. We just got this one new this week. But you know what I mean. We just drive a truck. We drive a truck around Europe. What's new or different in this? So, Division 2 is very similar to Division 1. Division 3, I'm predicting, I think, is going to be set in San Francisco, which will be fantastic if they do that. But it will be more of the same. And then, in addition to the game itself being more of the same, the gameplay, once you've finished endgame and completed the invasions and, you know, etc., then the gameplay itself becomes extremely monotonous, and it just becomes farming or grinding or whatever term you want to use for it. So I really am glad that Uplay Plus membership trial, or whatever it was, it expired yesterday at midnight. I'm glad that it did, because I'm not able to sort of be tempted. And I've had my fill. And it's, as much as I looked forward to Uplay Plus and was fully planning on subscribing, I thought, you know, 15 bucks a month is what, 150 a year, 170 a year. That's amazing. That's less than 2 games, less than you would pay for 2 AAA titles from Ubisoft. And then I realized not only does none of it really work for the channel, but a lot of those games I'm not really into because of the repetition, right? It's just, I don't want to grind. When I'm driving the truck, I'm driving the truck for no reason. And this is going to sound like backwards logic, but you'll get it. We're driving this truck right now for no reason. We're driving it because we enjoy it. But it's not like something happens at the end of this journey that we're working toward, right? And for that reason, it's just, whoa, that's interesting. All right. For that reason, it is only fun, right? It can never be work. We're not grinding. We're just driving. And that makes it fun. And I guess race sims, you know, you're driving for a win, but maybe you win, maybe you get second, right? Maybe you DNF, I don't know, something, but that's racing. It's not, I've never heard a race season, either in real life or in sim, I've never heard it described as farming for podiums, right? You want podiums because they are their own reward, not because they, I don't know, form a component of a exotic weapon that you want to build or something. It's just different. And like I said, I will be the first to admit that sim gaming, to somebody on the outside looking in, sim gaming seems absolutely ridiculous. Now, I was trying to get spin tires sorted out this morning. I wanted to test a new vehicle. I was trying to get spin tires sorted out, and I'm just driving a truck through the woods, right, in the mud, very, very slowly. And you know, you almost have to laugh out loud because it's like, this is ridiculous, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're driving a truck through the mud. What are you doing? We're gaming, you know, and this is the type of gaming that works for us. So if RPG works for you, if the loot grind, if farming works for you, more power to you, man. I'm your biggest fan. I need to be careful with it because of the OCD, and knowing that those games are designed so, no, there really is never a good time to turn them off. There is never a good stopping point. You're always one mission or one farm loop away from that next piece that you want, always. And it is by design. Now, they say that that's actually a favor, a courtesy to gamers, and that if they made the rewards further apart, right, like if you had to grind 10 sessions for a single piece, oy, that would be rough. People would abandon it. But if you break that reward into 10 pieces, 10 smaller pieces, and you get one each mission for 10 missions in a row, that is more rewarding, and it does keep you playing longer. So you see what I'm getting at. They say they do it as a courtesy to the players. I don't know. I know it is designed to be addictive. But you know, the way you resist addiction is you just push back from the table. You go cold turkey. You do whatever you need to do. Everybody's got their own way of managing their bad habits. So for me, like I said, this bad habit managed itself because that trial ran out. Now, I will say that if Division 2 goes on sale like Division 1 did, I got Division 1 this past Christmas, a few days before Christmas. It was on sale like Gold, Platinum, Deluxe, Superstar, everything for like 90% off. I think it was 12 bucks for everything. Well, come on, man. I can't pass that up. So if I see D2 we call it. You know, when you're in the club, you call it D2. If I see D2 on sale, and they won't publish sales stats Ubisoft will not publish sales stats, and it's on Uplay rather than Steam, so you can't even see how many people are in a server. The rumor is, financially, the game was a big flop. That's what they say. But I also hear Game of the Year. And you know what? There's no reason you can't be both. There's movies that win an Academy Award and nobody's seen them. That's fantastic. I heard it's the best movie ever, but I have no interest in seeing it. So it could be both. It could be Game of the Year, and it could be a big financial flop. But if it is a financial flop, then perhaps it is on sale this Christmas for 90% off, at 90% off, however you prefer to say it. And if it is, I will most definitely get it. And then the next time I boot it up, there's my character already leveled up to a 500 gear score. So that could be a thing, but we'll see. We'll burn that bridge when we come to it. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep... I'm going to keep on trucking. Did not plan to say that, but I guess that fits and makes the most sense. So yeah, we'll do that, and I've got Gaislesburg Seasons going again, so we'll keep on farming, and I want to bring racing into the channel, so we'll keep on racing, and that's it, man. We'll just live this sim gaming life. What else can you do? And I think yeah, these two DLCs and this new truck dropped for Truck Sim, and I think we have still no date on Road to the Black Sea. Hang on, we can pick up the pace a little bit here. We have no date on Road to the Black Sea, and we have no date on Utah, but I continue to believe that both of them are close, and I think SCS is going to want to have both those available for Christmas, for the holidays. Man, I don't really have any family, and my friends are all spread out and old. So we don't do Christmas. Like, I don't do Christmas with my friends. Well, I should say holidays. Let's be respectful. I don't do the holidays with my friends the way people do holidays with family. So I don't know. I mean, could you get somebody a DLC as like a stocking stuffer or something? I don't know, man. It's a different era. It's a different era. When I was a kid, my parents like stuffed a stocking for me and literally like hung it on the chimney. Old school. It's different now. I don't know. I guess you could get... Yeah, you could probably get a hard copy of a Steam gift card, you know, and put that in your stocking so you got something to open up on Christmas morning or Hanukkah morning. I guess you get 8 Hanukkah mornings. I don't know how all that works. That's an evening thing, isn't it? I don't know. There's all kinds of holidays around this time of year. Well, it's October 1st. There's no holiday this time of year. You know what I mean? End of December. Mid-December to end of December, there's all kinds of holidays. So however it is you choose to get down, I don't know what you put a Steam gift card in, but be curious to know if that's even a thing. I imagine it is. You know, things evolve. I know people have been giving iTunes cards for a long time now as tips or what have you. So that is what's going on. And then the Platinum Pack for Farm Sim. Man, I'm continuing to trip over words. I don't know what is going on. We'll sort it out. Farm Sim Platinum. Farm Sim Platinum is the 22nd of October. For some reason, I thought it was the 14th, but it is the 22nd. And other than that, Sims themselves, there's supposed to be several toward the end of the year. We'll see if they make it. They're not even in early access yet. So we got the logging simulator, and then we've got Automobilista. I think that one will drop no problem because that's a sequel to a fairly big title. Automobilista 2, I guess. That's a sequel to a big title. Although, in fairness, Assetto Corsa Competizione was a sequel to a big title as well, and that was an effing disaster. It took them like 10 patches to get that game fixed. 10 patches in about 6 months. So, who knows? Maybe Automobilista will be a troubled start. Oh, this is perfect. Looking at the mini-map, I'm seeing beds up ahead. So we're going to pull in here, we're going to sleep, and like I said, I may finish off camera. I may take this trip all the way into our delivery. You know what? I won't. I won't actually, because I would like to drive this pink truck for all of October. So why don't we finish up next episode? We'll head into Orleans, and then we need to turn around and start heading the other way because we need to get back to Reims, which I am finding is more difficult than I anticipated. Trying to get to a specific city in this sim, not always easy. And I would like to get back to Reims and sort of tie off. How are we, this is not where we want to be. Oh dear. Now, is there anybody behind us? If there is not... Yeah. Check my style. This is wrong. This is so wrong. I hate seeing people doing this in real life. I guess it's a little different to do it in a sim, but not much. Alright, so we're gonna get around. I'm very much concentrating here, because if this goes south at the end of the episode, I gotta scrap it and start again. And I really don't want to. Don't go in the dirt. Alright, what's this guy doing? He's helping me. Sir. Sir, don't help me. Concentrating. Over here. Don't hit that guy. Beautiful. Not really. Not really beautiful at all. But you know what? Sometimes that's the way things work out. Right. So now, we're going to pull up here. Get parked. Oh, this is fantastic. It just got dark. We just got tired. And we happened to find this. And we just got to 30 minutes. Could not have worked out better. Right. Okay, except we drove up on the curb. Other than that, could not have worked out better. So we're going to come in here. Right about like so. Right about like so. Are we, no, we're not. But you know what? I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. We gotta wrap up here. People got things to do. Right. Set the brake. Parking lights on. Let's hop outside and take a look at our pink truck. Oh, OCD. OCD. Hang on. Let's just, while we're here, let's just, oh man. I don't know where you're at. I don't know where you're at with that OCD life. But it's something else, man. It really is. However, I think I've said this before. Employers love it, man. My clients love it. Send a client an email like, you know, I finished up that project and got it all submitted and sent it to you the other day. But then I noticed a couple things that weren't quite perfect. So I went ahead and redid it. Here you go. And clients love that stuff. Right. Parking lights on. Engine off. We'll rest at the beginning of the next episode and we'll take off. So I think that's it. We're done. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of European Truck Simulator. And we'll see you next time. Take care now.